Welcome to ClearMindz Podcast, where we get real about life, faith, and navigating this pivotal stage. I'm Fat.
I'm Tamarian.
I'm Trent.
And today we're going to get into it. It's about to get real sticky. It's about to get real sticky. So if you don't like real, raw, and uncut, I wouldn't suggest watching this. But I guess we can start with an introduction about ourselves, like how we came about, who we are, where we're from. Anything you want to say about yourself? Now, don't get too personal. Like, we won't care that much.
So I'll just say, you know what I'm saying, came from a single parent household, you know what I'm saying, raised by my mother. I got three brothers, two younger, one older. You know, didn't, you know what I'm saying, but you know, damn.
They have what normal lifestyles that you about to say, the typical life growing up.
Like I ain't have the 2-parent household like most, you know what I'm saying, but you know, I got through life and I'm here today, you know what I'm saying, blessed, highly favored,
So what you chasing right now, like what's your next ambition or like, and I'm not trying to get off subject, but like I want niggas to be raw, like, you know what I'm saying, who you are, like what defines you?
I'll say, you know what I'm saying, what defines me is football, because that's what I've been doing since I was 5, so I mean, that's just what I like to do. That's what my most of my attention be on. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm in the stage of I'm in the process of the NFL draft, and I have a pro day coming up very shortly. So yeah.
That's dope. That's good to hear. Trent?
Well, my name is Trent, and I actually came from a 2-parent household, unlike brother Bird over here.
Yes, sir.
In some way, shape, or form, always throughout my life, I grew up in a 2-parent household, had a great childhood. I was a football player, former Division I football player at UCLA with both of these guys right here.
What defines you, Coach?
Yeah, I do coach, and the thing about coaching is you got to be able to have a sense of helping people, trying to get people to their next step in life. Coaching is maturing people, maturing in the stage that I'm in. I'm doing high school, so it's just helping people reach their goal of getting to college, anything they want to do, just always being there for them.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, I'm Big Daddy Fat. You feel me? I go by Fat, I go by AJ, I go by Joe, I go by JV's. Whatever you feel really safe saying in that moment is perfectly fine. I don't really care. But I'm originally from Port Gibson, Mississippi, grew up in Jackson, Mississippi. I came from a single-parent household, and I think the thing I love the most about this setting is that you get to see the best of both worlds, like honestly, truly get to see who's who and how it built their foundation. I think the purpose of this podcast is to do that, allow you to see 3 middle-aged guys really navigating this thing called life and seeking God in the process. A little bit about myself. Again, like I said, I grew up in Jackson, Mississippi. Went to school on the south side. Shout out to the University of South Jackson. Then I played ball here at UCA as a true freshman. Graduated with a degree in biology with emphasis in pre-dentistry. I sought out the NFL for a second, and then the NFL didn't seek me, so I stopped seeking it. No, I did get a chance to, like a call to work out Miami Dolphins, but that's as far as we got with that journey. You know what I'm saying? But my goal was never to be a football player. It was always to be a dentist or something in the field of dentistry. And in a little bit of less than 2 months, I get to make that dream a reality. So this is dope. This is all too fun and good. But
let's talk about how we met, guys.
Oh, I think that's interesting. I think that's interesting.
So I started off here. You know what I'm saying? I met these two guys on an official visit here, 2019 maybe, like the beginning of 2019 maybe, or the end of 2019. It was sometime around like September.
It was January though.
It was 2020.
Yeah, you graduated high school 2020. Yeah, that's right.
January 2020, and we had a little. What we did during the official visit?
We had a kickback at the crib, and it was a bunch of alcohol. Oh my God, like an insane amount of alcohol. There was so much going on. We were supposed to host that weekend and like have all the guys like come over, the recruits, because they usually have like 5 or 6 one weekend or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, we had a bunch of guys over there were coming in as rookies, and he was one of them. Now he wasn't my kid. He wasn't my little recruit. I had Justin Larry. Okay, and so he didn't talk. He didn't say anything. I thought the nigga was mute. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was a little, he wasn't there. And he got to summer of 2020 when he came in. It was like an instant bun. Like, it was like little brother with big brother. You couldn't pay him to leave my side. He kept me young for a long time. I just couldn't keep up because I'm an old nigga now. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't keep up with him. And it really just turned into a real genuine brotherhood. Like one of my best friends to this day. I don't think that my life would be in the trajectory it is if I hadn't been surrounded by guys like both of them, right? T-Bird added the youth to my life, the fun side, the real expensive side. We were talking the other day and I said, who do you think I spent the most money with? He said, well, it ain't me, her lie. Before a trip we play with this nigga, you better have 2 bands put to the side, okay? Yeah, niggas like to go crazy.
Man.
I met Joe spring of 2019. He was a weirdo.
Oh.
This nigga would stand on the sideline with his big ass helmet on and a brace for his leg, and he wouldn't talk either. I thought he was a little mute. You know, and then one time we had got together outside of school and football related activities, and we got really close, like extremely close, you know what I'm saying? And ever since then, I really looked at him like, he's like my brother / like lifetime best friend. We have been through every phase of life, anything you could imagine, be in father allegations, like really trying to get through life. We have been there failing to get in the NFL. Like we've been in every stage of life. That's my lifeline right there, man. That's my man, you know what I'm saying? But that's how I met these fellas. I don't know if they want to get a side, you know what I'm saying, of how.
So this one right here. This is a crazy young man right here. I tell you, when I met him, all I knew about him was he was big and he was loud.
Big and loud.
And I hated when people was loud. And I just used to look at him like, shut up.
That's what he used to say for real. In his mind, he knew not to say that about him. I slapped the shit out of him.
Sometimes I'm at his house, I just look at him.
He was there a lot, actually. A whole like.
Yeah, you big and loud.
Ooh,
big and loud.
It didn't take you long with them Bob dreads.
But I met Trent. I used to go over his mom's house with his younger brother. And you know, me and his younger brother was close in high school. We used to do some stuff when he had no business doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
give
saying?
us an example, because this is ClearMindz Uncut. Like, give us one example.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just doing what young people do when they have a little bit of freedom. You know what I'm saying?
What did that involve? Like, what did that look like?
Just, you know what I'm saying, being out after 12, you know what I'm saying? Just doing things like that, going to see women, you know what I'm saying? Then, so, yeah, Trent used to, I used to see Trent at his mom's house. Then, when I came to college, and Nugget was here, that's what I call him Nugget.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I see him
big old.
Oh, yeah. So, we call him Nugget because
Okay,
they head him. So, but, when I met Trent in college, like, we officially, you know what I'm saying, started seeing each other. You know what I'm saying? We grew a close bond, you know what I'm saying? We just been close ever since. So I think it's just like everything that my friends that I be around, everybody that I be around, everything just be genuine. It's not like a forced relationship, you know what I'm saying? It's not because one person hang with this person, you know what I'm saying? So it's more of a, you know what I'm saying, we grew a relationship with each other instead of, you know what I'm saying, one person bring along that person and we just grow a relationship like that, so.
That's good, Joe. That's really good. Now, like, obviously, because we are getting into unknown territory, like, we need to set some boundaries. Like, anything he said on here is not to be taken personal, ever.
That's right.
Like, we just some real, raw, uncut guys literally living our truth, you know what I'm saying? Tell what works best for us, emphasis on us, right? So what we're speaking on is going to be our preference, what our thought process is, and what we're dealing with. That's my one guideline.
I just say, you know what I'm saying, just be real, just be genuine about what you do, what you're talking about, you know what I'm saying, and just basically tell the folks the real. I think that's why we came up the real. What is it? Uncut. ClearMindz Uncut. So it's just, you know what I'm saying, just being real about everything that you're going through in life, and just, you know what I'm saying, all those things. So.
You got one rule?
Yeah. My one rule, my one boundary, don't take anything personal.
That's right, Joe.
Not talking about nobody specifically at all. Would never do that.
I don't know. I want to talk specifically about a couple people.
I ain't gonna do that. This is gonna be how I feel.
Okay.
This ain't nothing. Just
But if you
life,
do happen to just be
life,
specific,
you know.
that's your business. It's cool, man. There ain't nothing they can really do. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
true. And God got us covered.
So speaking of God, how's y'all faith life? How's that been going for y'all? Like, what journey is y'all on and those things?
I think for me, it's really about unlearning to relearn and taking myself out of a mindset of like, just because I've done this one bad thing doesn't mean that God doesn't love me, that He does not care for me, that He doesn't extend grace and mercy. That's something I'm continuously teaching myself, is that God doesn't like us to hurt ourselves or to be hurt. And I just been kind of praying a lot about that. Also not allowing anything to move my emotions, to fluctuate them. Allow it to be nothing but the Word of God to sustain me through every aspect of my life, whether that is being sad about something or being whatever, like literally not allowing the outside factors to make my faith on the inside shake or move. And God is, and also I'm studying for my exam, so I'm kind of like praying a lot about that these days, fasting and doing different things to make sure that God really hears me. He knows that my heart is well, even if my intentions don't look like it.
One thing, my faith with God right now, I kind of feel like God is in a sense trying to show me something.
Oh, I hate those seasons.
Yeah.
I hate them. And that's not that I hate like God, obviously, but like.
Yeah, it's like one day I just felt like this strong urge to just like be still. There's just a bunch of stuff. Where you gonna go? What you gonna do? Like just calm down.
Just be in the now.
Yeah.
Just be in the now.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
I feel like we put so much pressure on our lives to be this version of ourselves, be by a certain age where we have timelines and things like that. And it's like God is not looking for that. He don't care. He wants you vulnerable. He wants you receptive to His word, to go out and teach His word. And for our people to understand, when they look at you, they shouldn't see you. They should see God in you. And I think so much we get caught up in it, like, oh, about 28, I need to have these. Newsflash, God is laughing, right? My favorite scripture is Proverbs 16:9. It's like, we plan a life we want to live, but God makes us able to live it. And I love that so much is because we have these extravagant plans for our lives and these cute and fun and, astronomical things that we plan about our lives. And God is like, I have so much more for you.
Yeah.
I have so much more for you. The way you're thinking is low level. Like, that's the way of the world. The things I have for you, what it says, it can't compare to the joy. Yeah, that fun scripture there. You know what I'm talking about. But I love God. And I'm not afraid to ever publicly admit that, because the way He's done a 360 over my entire life, with the losing of my father, even months before I was born, up into making it in one of the murder capitals of the world, right? Then getting into an environment that involves nothing but people I've never grown or seen before, to now being surrounded by just like a bunch of genuine individuals who truly love you for who you are, and they really don't expect anything less. So I'm fine with that.
I'll say, for me, I'm just growing each and every day, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm not saying I'm the worst. I'm just, trying to grow my faith and have a relationship with God myself, not allow my grandmother, determine the relationship I have with her. Basically what I'm saying is like, say she took me to church when I was younger, they don't allow me to have a relationship with God, so I'm trying to grow my own relationship with God and just, staying patient with things, just being still and just listening, and sometimes I get to, overthinking about a lot of stuff just because, I have a lot going on. And I just feel like, at times I worry myself a little too much, and, and I just have to trust God and know He got me at all times. So I think that's my
And people say, they say like worry is a sign of disrespect to God because it's something you don't think He can take care of. And it's like God is capable of overcoming what things that we could never fathom or like imagine. And so what is that one moment in your lives that like God, you knew He was real? Like that one coming to Jesus like, okay, I know this ain't my behalf that's making this happen. Like it's gotta be a supernatural power. Mine was, I think I was 7th grade. And my mom, we needed a new vehicle. We went to a used car dealership like
You know what I'm saying? I grew up in a single parent household. I didn't always have.
Yeah.
And so we knew best to figure out whatever. Anyway, the car was I think it was a 2007 Trailblazer. It wasn't old, but it wasn't the new one. And so the guy had told my mom that it was gonna be like $1,000 to get the car put down on it, regardless of what your credit score look like, any of that. And so mom was like, she was teaching me the game this day. She was like, you go in there with the money they asking, but you try to negotiate, you know what I'm saying? So you really not paying the full price. And she was like, if I give all this bread I got, what we gonna eat for the week? You know what I'm saying? How we gonna kind of matriculate through this week, giving the whole band away? So I went in the restaurant, her and the guy talked, and she said, is it possible I can get it for $800 down? And the guy said, well, let me go talk to my manager and we can see. I went in the restroom immediately after he said this. I don't know what came over me, what it was, but I just started praying. I said, God, if it be your will, please let my mama get this vehicle. And the guy comes back around the way, he's like, you know what, man, today your lucky day, like, you're going to get it for $800. And I knew then, at 7th grade, 13 years old, that God was real. Like, the things I'm encountering in life, the obstacles I'm able to overcome, the things that I get, even though I didn't know I was going to get them, it's nothing but the word of God. And even when I'm in the midst of a storm, he still finds a way to get me out of it. Even when I look dirty, even when I've sinned against him, he still makes sure I'm okay. And that doesn't go free grounds to just continuously sin or bask in that nature, but it's to show you that God will find you in the darkest places in your life, no matter age, location, socioeconomic status. He will find you right where you are and get you out of that hole that you think is so tough that is barring you down. You know what I'm saying? So that moment for me was like, nigga, God is real. Like, there's no way nothing else happened because of him. And so I'm forever grateful for that moment. It did so much for the trajectory of my life.
I'll say my most recent one would be, so before this process, it was going into like, it was like, I was still playing football at UCA. And, it's like I thought I had an agent, and I had committed to an agent. And so the agent dropped out on me. And so I just, you know what I'm saying? And so I ain't really wasn't talking to anybody at that moment. And so I was questioning like, how am I gonna pay for training? Because training is $12,000 plus, and you still have to have money to eat and stuff down there. So I was like, how I'm pay for training and this and that and the third, you know what I'm saying? So I prayed to God, and I was just like, allow your will to be done in my life, and you know what I'm saying? You know what's best for me, and and it's not what I want for my life, but it's what you want for my life. And so he sent me a guy, you know what I'm saying? This guy paid for my training, paid for my housing. He also, you know what I'm saying, paid for my housing back at home. So I just, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's like made me realize God is real, and it's always on his time, not mine.
Absolutely.
So maybe it could have been a reason why that agent, like, I didn't sign with the agent, maybe, you know what I'm saying? So you never know.
For me, there's been quite a few times throughout my life where I just knew that God was real, because I really felt it in the decisions that I made. It was even one time that I was in a situation to where my health wasn't too good, and I just felt like he spoke to me. And at that point, I kind of had to change my mentality, because of the way that it's like I was living in a way that I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And I was going in a really, really, really wrong direction when he was just trying to redirect me.
Yeah.
So
So my question is, because I know at the beginning you said you grew up in a 2-parent household, you grew up in a 1-parent household, so did I. How do we think that affected us as guys like growing up? Like, what was that experience about? And that's why I'm so glad we are all cool, like partners, all that, because we get to hear from different perspectives about how our lifestyles was growing up and what it made you think of in terms of now and your I guess your idea about life, and how how you treat relationships, how you approach all that stuff, how do you approach situations in life that require you to be a man. You know what I'm saying? So that type of.
So really, when I grew up in a great environment. Like, had the good house, had the large family, all the family, big family from everywhere. We got family in Texas, South Carolina, California, just all over the place. And so it's like I was always loved growing up. There was always a lot of people around me. I'm real close. I got 3 brothers, and then on my mom's side, my sister has 3 boys too. So we're real close. It's like we're 6 brothers, and I just grew up in a great environment. Like, it wasn't bad. I couldn't complain about anything. I was fed.
That's right. That's a blessing.
I got to play sports, got to do extracurricular activities, summer camps, after school programs, just all types of stuff. Like, I grew up.
Do you think you would have been afforded those same opportunities with just a mom in the house?
Well, my mama, yes. She was hard working. She was very hard working.
That's a blessing.
I'll say me, one parent household, I say, you know what I'm saying, just growing up, it just make you look at things different nowadays. And you know what I'm saying, just seeing my mom getting up and going to work at 7 in the morning to, you know what I'm saying, I probably won't see her till 7 at night, and I'm finna get ready to go to bed, you know what I'm saying. And it just made me look at things a lot different, and it just made me work harder for what I want in life, you know what I'm saying. And also, with relationship wise, it just, you know, made me like think more of a, you know what I'm saying, this the type of guy you need to be in a household for a woman, you know what I'm saying. Step up as a man and not, you know what I'm saying, lack anything, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes, you know, as a man, I feel like you have to be 110% every day. You can't be 70 this day, 30 this day. You have to be 110% as a man every day, because no one's going to give you a reason, excuse. No one's going to, you know what I'm saying, just, you know what I'm saying, just give you anything. That's what I'm basically trying to say. So, as a man, you have to be 110% every day, and that's what it gave me in a one parent household.
So do you think anything like negative came from that you learned anything in life that you really didn't want to have as a trait, but you had it was forced upon you?
Like negative wise?
Yeah, like for instance, being hyper independent is probably a response to not having it all the time, or being overly cautious about the way you spend money to do things. And I know you aren't overly cautious with spending money. That's not your thing. But just an example of like something you picked up in your adolescent years because you didn't have a dad.
What I picked up is probably one thing is just being there for the people you love, you know. I think that's the biggest thing, and you know what I'm saying. It ain't always you gotta be in the house. It gotta be a 2-parent household. You just gotta be there, you know what I'm saying, for mentally. Yeah. And it's not just money wise, you know what I'm saying. Absolutely. You have to be there for a kid mentally and physically for them to even have a connection with you. So.
Yeah, that is so true. I think for me I didn't know that there was an issue with not having a dad in the household until I was in like middle school. I didn't know that there was there's really people out here with 2 houses. I grew up in the roughnecks, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't always the suburbs, nice area. And so it wasn't many of us that had a dad in the home. It wasn't. It was always saying mom work, mom do the this and that, the hard stuff, the masculine things. Like she did it all. And for that, I'm forever indebted to her. But I think what it did to me was feel like there isn't a need for 2 parents to be in the household. No. I think it's pivotal though. Yeah. Because what it teaches you is you get to see both sides of, you know, you get the feminine, you get the masculinity, and you get to see people work as a unit. Right. It teaches you so many things that will propel you later on in life. Now, I'm not upset that I didn't grow up with a dad, or, you know, I had guys that stepped up to the plate, but it really did something to me. Like, I would go to youth football games, and, like, yeah, mom was there, but it was nothing different, or there's no feeling like your dad coming to dap you up after the fact, or dad picking you up after the fact.
Telling you good job.
Yeah, teaching you, bro.
It's different for me to them, because my dad came to every game.
Yeah.
And if he couldn't come, he gonna find a live stream. And if he can't find none of that, he called me as soon as I get to the locker room.
Yeah.
Like he was just always there for any type of game. It didn't matter if I was playing basketball and I scored 0 points, he gonna be there.
I mean, I think my mom, she used to show up to every game. I don't think she missed anything with me or my little brother. So she always found a way, you know what I'm saying? Even if we didn't have it, you know what I'm saying? She found a way for us to, you know what I'm saying, get it. And, you know, I feel like I didn't really lack anything when I was younger. Like whatever I wanted I didn't have it right that second, but, you know what I'm saying, it took time to get it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, found a way, and that's what makes me who I am today. You know what I'm saying? So
that's right. So why is ClearMindz? What does it mean to have a clear mind in today's society? Like, what does it look like? What does it entail? What does a day in the life look like? Like all that stuff.
I say free-minded. You know what I'm saying? Just not.
That's
Like your brain,
routine.
yeah. Like your brain can be clouded at times, and sometimes you just need to express yourself because as men nowadays, it's very feminine to express yourself to people nowadays. So I feel like
I hate that.
Some way,
I hate that. Don't, fellas, if you listen to this, don't ever tell that woman how you feel. She gonna leave you. Listen to hear me good. Don't ever tell that woman you didn't think nothing. She gonna leave you.
Yeah.
And that's not even coming from a toxic place, but it's some time after time reiterating not only myself but hearing my partners talk about it, and just like that's one thing I have learned at my big age. Do not ever tell a woman how you feel because it's just when they figure out the trauma you're enduring, the things you've experienced in life, they will leave you. That's too much of them. They with it for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So as a man, like he said, you always have to give 110%, whatever it looks like for you. But like, don't ever tell a woman you love her.
They might use it against you.
They will.
They will.
That is not. Yeah, this is what I do. This is what our generation dealing with, brother. I don't. Someone back there behind the camera looking shocked. This is the horrible reality that a lot of us are living. It's like you really can't tell people what you're going through, how you navigate through it, what's your issue today. If a woman asks you how you doing today, you better say good.
Great.
Awesome.
Amazing.
You know, I wasn't gonna say nothing. I'm just curious though, if that's what y'all dealing with, what's the point of a relationship?
Right.
What's the point?
Exactly.
But I wouldn't say. So this is what I would say.
You of course you go. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
trying to save his marriage.
No. Look. This is what I'm trying to say here. You know what I'm saying? It's not every woman, but it's most.
Yeah,
women, you know what I'm saying?
but
the women nowadays in our age group, 18, 26, 27, most of them are immature, and that's because you know what I'm saying. They've been around certain people, and they look at the internet, and this what it's supposed to be, and that's. In reality, that's not what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Why
People on YouTube is fighting for their relationship behind the cameras. They'll put on an image that they're so good right now, but they're not good in real life. So the problem nowadays is women want to have this social media relationship instead of
an image.
Yeah.
I think that's why ClearMindz Uncut. Like some days y'all will see me with no haircut. Today is one. You understand? I'm going through a lot, right? I'm in my last semester of school. I'm going through a lot. It's just not important right now, right? Mm-hmm. But for me, what this podcast really means is like it comes full circle for me. It's so crazy because I have a guy who I call my prophet. And I say that because every time he calls me and tells me something, it's really true, but it's something I haven't spoken out in the air. I haven't said anything to anybody about. It's probably just me and God. Mm-hmm. And he would call me one day, man, I didn't think it was evening time or something. I'm on my way home from school. And he said, man, you know, you don't have to be perfect. And I said, I looked at this thing, I looked at my phone, like, bro, what you talking about? No, you don't know what you talking about. You need to get up out my business. And he said, no, like, you put an image on for people, and you think you always have to be seen in a certain aura, a certain light. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, shit, chill, nigga, you know what? You know what I'm saying? But the hard part about the downside of being perfect every time people see you is that they don't see you. It's a facade, it's an image that you really can't always maintain. So the one moment that people see real life, you dealing with it, you going through it, they're not taking you, like, they don't know how to deal with it. And I think, to be transparent, that's what happened in my last relationship, is I gave off an energy that was always like, you have to be assertive, dominant. You know what I'm saying? You always got to look the part. Regardless of what you're going through in life, you still have to look away. And when I got to the version of myself that was raw, uncut, that was very affectionate with my emotions, that was just in tune with myself at the time, because I went through a lot.
Yeah.
It drove that person away because they had never seen me in that light. So now I'm forced, even if it doesn't look like how I feel, I gotta be myself, because it's gonna teach somebody else later on down the line that life, it's okay for things to go south. It's okay for everything not to happen the way that you planned it out to be. Be you, be real. Like that's what I meant. I don't know with you. Just show me.
I don't know what that was either. It was too fast.
Trent.
Trent told us, didn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Trent told us. So
let me ask y'all.
make sure
What advice would y'all give to people our age, 18
young guys
to 30,
or women?
just 18 to 30? You know what I'm saying? We can
give advice.
We can do two different advices. 18 to 30 men, 18 to 30 women.
Okay, and there's two, and then you know what I'm saying. That's reps.
Yeah.
For men. Be yourself.
Yes, please. In the world is telling you to be
And
somebody
do
else.
what you want to do. Don't do what you have to do.
Right.
Okay.
What you mean by that?
Elaborate, because you cooking with hot fish.
Yeah, what you mean by that? You got to get it up a little bit. What you mean by that?
He said, don't do what you want to do. Or
Be yourself and don't allow anyone to tell you to do something or something like that.
Do what you want to do.
Do what you
have to do.
That's right.
Okay.
And what you mean by that?
I love that.
Everybody got something that they want to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you think that's best for you,
right,
then that's the direction you probably need to go.
Right.
Okay. Now, somebody telling you to do something because they want you to do something, and you feel like you're obligated to do something.
Right.
That's not how you should live.
That's right. That's not life. That's just merely existing. I had a note thing in my phone, like full of quotes, motivational things, because I go through it a lot. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me being raw. Like, I don't care what the internet shows you, what I show you on the internet. I deal with real life. I go through a lot of stuff that, you know, I just...
Life is hard.
It is. It's, especially being so young and knowing the right things to do, but having a crowd, being influenced by the wrong things, it's difficult, right? So for my first piece of advice, and this is for both men and women, is like, what you're not changing, you're choosing. And it goes back hand to hand of what he just said in terms of don't make somebody make you choose, like force to live a certain life. What you're not changing, what you're not actively working on a daily basis, the things you struggle with that you're not willing to deal with, you're choosing the lifestyle. That's the decision you're making. By not doing the things that are necessary, putting the work in on the inside, you're now choosing a certain lifestyle, right? So take the initiative, always. And for women, my biggest piece of advice is to always love yourself. Don't let this world tell you who you are, who you're meant to be, what you should look like, what type of clothes you should wear, the men you should pursue. Learn what's best for you and pursue it to the fullest. And to guys, be unapologetic to yourself. The right people will love you. Trust me. Don't go out here searching or seeking
validation
from the world, right? Because they'll love you today.
And hate you more.
What our pastor say, he said on Monday they were saying, thank you. And by Friday they were saying, Hosanna, Hosanna, right? You cannot put your trust in the world. You cannot put fulfillment into the world or else you'll get worldly possession. So always seek God, love Him, and everything else will take care of yourself.
I'll say my advice for both together, I would say, you know what I'm saying, live your life how you want to live your life. Don't live for the internet. And what I mean by that is, you know, the internet can be a cruel place. And I would say, you know what I'm saying, just me, how I would be just scrolling on Twitter and I see things like the Travis Hunter situation. He could have been depressed about the certain things, but he didn't even worry about that. He knew the girl he had, you know what I'm saying, and he knew who he was. So just, you know what I'm saying, what I'm saying is just live for yourself. Don't live for the internet, you know what I'm saying. Enjoy life, you know what I'm saying. It's people in this world that want to be in your position, so you know what I'm saying, take advantage of.
Yes, always give gratitude.
Yeah.
Always.
So take advantage of your opportunities.
Everything on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok.
You sound like you like this topic.
It's all fake.
My boy sound like he coming from a personal place. So I always want to end our podcast with a scripture, something to kind of have you meditate on, think about. Whatever you do with it, hopefully change the trajectory of your week, your day, month, whatever. Just take it, sit in it, you know what I'm saying? Even look it up if you want to. So,
1 Peter chapter 1 verse 6 says, "So be truly glad. There is wonderful joy ahead, even though you must endure many trials for a little while." Again, be truly glad. There is wonderful joy ahead, even though you must endure many trials for a little while. 1 Peter verses 1 through 6. Now, whatever y'all do with that, I just hope you can keep a clear mind and make it uncut. We out.
Peace.